Ah, coffee. It can make me go from a groaning zombie to feeling like a superhero in just a few sips. Since I've started drinking trade coffee, I'm like Thor, smashing my mug on the floor in delight and shouting, "Another!" As the #1 coffee destination in the US for both hot and cold coffee drinkers, Trade has sourced the best beans from over 50 top roasters across the United States. Trade also roasts their coffee to order, so it arrives as fresh as possible. You can take their quiz right now, and in under a minute, they'll have coffee recommendations you'll love. And if the first bag isn't quite right, Trade will replace it for free until they find the perfect one for you. Right now, Trade is offering 50% off a 1-month trial at drinktrade.com/sins. That's drinktrade.com/sins to get 50% off for 1 month. Amazon. There are so many people in this house, it is either an office party that has allowed kids to show up, or some made-up family with 40 people able to spend time together and not already arguing. Both are sinful. I've seen some pretty amazing magical acts in my life, but never something quite as stupid as this. Little Jack's hands are down low. He's not tall enough to dig into a pocket for keys, so unless the keys were hanging off the uncle's knee, this sudden key retrieval from an uncle pocket is some bullshit.
You don't want to get on the naughty list, do you?
It's Christmas Eve. Jack is either on the naughty list already or he isn't. This is an empty threat. Now he's eating Santa's cookies and milk like an asshole. I mean, goddamn, this movie isn't remotely subtle about how much we're supposed to hate this character. I can already tell you whatever redemption arc adult Jack is going to go through will be all the bullshit.
Jack O'Malley. I don't believe it.
People that answer your calls saying your full name. Who does that? Psychos, that's who. Once Jack starts the fire, almost all the people in the class start picking up their yoga mats and belongings, except for conveniently the one participant Jack needs to steal the ID card from. For a super spy gadget guy, it sure seems that sliding your tracking device outside of the view of the panel would be wise. Jack will steal the sucker from this baby. However, in fairness to Jack, the parent that left this kid unsupervised with a goddamn piece of candy they are too young to eat is way worse of a human being than Jack will ever be. Christmas movie shows irritated shoppers packed in a mall cliche.
I'm a big deal. I have over 3,000 followers.
At 8 minutes in, my soul has left my body and I'm forced to admit Jingle All the Way is already a better Christmas movie than this.
You can't cut the line.
A firm motto of this film's script editor that will cause us all to suffer.
I needed that. So important to get out and talk to the kids.
Then why wait till 2 days before Christmas? Haven't all the presents already been decided by this point?
Vampire Assassin 4 is hot this year.
I'm now wondering how exactly Santa gets all these presents that he delivers. I'm sure there are still some that are built at his shop, but they're not running a video game design company at the North Pole. They have to order all this shit. And is Nintendo not curious why a few 100,000 copies of Vampire Assassin 4 are being shipped to the North Pole?
Evening, ladies.
Even if they can fly the reindeer a couple days before Christmas without anyone noticing, why take the chance? Santa has an entire security detail. You're telling me he couldn't swing a private jet as well?
Cal, come on, man. Clock's ticking.
Santa's the asshole that wanted to stop for cheesesteaks, and he's giving Cal shit about them running late. Red 1 is hard enough to get through without making us suffer with a Santa who's also kind of a dick. I suppose it was weather luck that allowed this strip of snow to be just thick enough for the sled to not scrape along the runway. Or does this version of Santa also have weather controlling powers?
Thanks for the escort, fellas.
They cannot hear you. The movie implies they do, but they can't.
Come follow me!
Do the reindeer have a goddamn warp drive? This insane person. Santa, now with more drones.
I'm right here.
Oh man, they dragged Bonnie Hunt into this mess.
Phil and Ribbons is having a total meltdown.
Yeah, maybe it's time to find a less stressful spot for Phil. I don't know, tinsel?
Phil out of Ribbons?
Just a thought.
This lifeless dialogue was deemed worthy of the final cut, and we never meet Phil. Someone asked Dwayne Johnson for a set idea, and I 100% believe this North Pole gym is his fault. How could Santa need this many dumbbells? I'm not touching The Rock's perfectly chiseled face in this scene.
Give me a spot.
I feel like J.K. Simmons took this role because he could finally show off the physique he took so much time building up for the Snyderverse films and never got to show there. The sin, as always, is Zack Snyder.
It's the grown-ups that are killing me.
I would give all the sins back if at this point the movie turned into a thriller and Buff Santa dons his sleigh deer to seek revenge on the naughty adults that killed his BFF Joy Buzz.
We work for the kids, Cal. Even when they're not kids anymore.
Kudos to J.K. Simmons for still giving a full-on J.K. Simmons performance in this very silly movie. Still too silly a movie for me to remove a sin, but no, I appreciate you, J.K. Not changing Dell to Jingle Dell at the very least.
Street Unit 6, deploy.
What was Street Unit 6 doing before this instant deployment? Do they hang out on their revving bikes underground until told to launch into a chase? What are Units 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 doing right now? Why keep those extra units underground when they could pop up and help out? They see their target. Send all the units! How no one is wearing night vision goggles in order to see anything in this dark-ass movie is beyond me.
Raise barrier 72!
Why wait for Drift to order that? You can see the enemy vehicle on the screen and anticipate where it's going. This organization needs to revisit all Jolly protocols. Was the throwing and running approach really necessary in this case? How is this faster than Cal just setting the miniature on the ground in front of him and blasting it there?
There's a hole in the dome!
And everyone is surprised about that because suddenly there's a collective realization that during their thorough outfitting of high-tech security features to protect the North Pole, not one person thought to install even one simple camera to watch the dome itself. The movie wants me to believe that the same vehicle that did this and this and this has been stopped by an avalanche lightly booping on its nose.
What the hell just happened?
Ah, sudden Ornishi!
Before they blasted out of here in a NORAD blind cargo jet.
I don't know what kind of jet that is because I'm not one of the cool people, but I do know how to ask how the jet got out of the dome if it wasn't equipped with a second laser thingy to punch a hole in the dome. This will never be answered, by the way.
We were just told that someone hacked the intercontinental seismic surveillance system. I don't know if it's related, but if someone knew where to look, that's the only vulnerability in the cloaking.
And clearly this is related. How is this the first time Santa has been kidnapped with these assholes being in charge of his well-being?
I'm stuck at work and Craig's away, so just do me a favor and go pick up your kid.
Great, we've got a deadbeat dad in a Christmas movie cliche as well. This movie is playing all the hits.
She started to ditch with me. But then Kevin...
Who's Kevin?
Movie thinks we need to talk about Kevin, but movie doesn't have time for this, and neither do we.
Never trust anybody.
Finally, it's been far too long since a kids movie had good advice for kids in it. This is a kids movie. Right? And the fight immediately ceases, as if everyone yielding this stun weapon is suddenly surprised by the outcome of said stunning. It's as if the movie paused for dramatic effect on my behalf. Well, don't stop for me, movie. I'm already motivated for this to be over, and will cheer on every single plot-driving incident that pushes us toward the end of what is quickly becoming the dumbest thing I have ever seen. The asshole that left their apartment with a tree plugged in and on. Imagine a world where men wore protective cups over their jiggly bits before engaging in high-intensity physical takedowns. Oh, how action sequences would change forever.
Hi, Jack.
Zoe conveniently knowing the exact exit route Jack would choose to take after taking out several of her men is convenient.
It's not a taser, it's an acquiescer.
Oh, well that explains it. There's a mannequin in the background dressed up like a soldier. There are many of them actually, and I can't concentrate on much in this scene while wondering why someone thought it would be a good idea to set them up ominously in the distance rather than have a few extras mill around.
Are you saying Santa Claus has been kidnapped?
The Amazon exec's confusion after this movie's pitch meeting somehow makes its way into the script.
They always know something. Sometimes you just gotta shake it out of them.
I'm curious to know how Cal, who can this easily resort to violence or at least threatening behavior, isn't on the naughty list himself.
I'm not gonna like you. I can tell right away. Out of everyone here, I like you the least.
Instead of letting the buddy cop dynamic set itself up through good storytelling and performances, Red One chooses to just have Jack be non-subtle as and tell the audience that he and Cal will have differing opinions and animosity for each other until they don't.
Shall we do the thing? I'm afraid we're gonna have to.
Scene does not contain the thing.
He's on the list.
What list?
You know damn well what list.
Why does Cal assume Jack knows anything about what's going on? He doesn't know how much Zoe has told him, and the existence of Santa Claus isn't supposed to be known. Although, considering how nonchalant everyone is, it's supposed to be keeping the secret, I don't know how every single goddamn person doesn't know that Santa is real. Also, why are adults even still on either list? If adults aren't getting presents from Santa, then they shouldn't have to be on or off a list. This list makes no f***ing sense.
A level 4 naughty lister?
Oh, is that funny to you?
I think I speak for everyone when I say nothing in this movie is funny to us.
In my line of work, I need insurance.
Jack shares information because his sense of self-preservation was triggered only after the magical polar bear appeared, because a flaming death horse wasn't enough to convince him he was in over his head.
Well, this is unfortunate.
No, this is what needed to be done.
The North Pole tech is so advanced it can take a toy and turn it into a working machine and teleport through toy stores, but not advanced enough to create Santa a wearable device that would assist him if he were to someday be captured and need to break free.
What are you doing?
Borrowing some of your energy.
Man, little Cindy Lou Who turned out to be a real asshole. We're grabbing toys to turn into important plot things, but it turns out some items are never used and Drift is just a thief.
What the hell just happened?
Well, you went through a closet and forgot to close the door behind you like an asshole.
The supply closets are portal stations for the North Pole Field Network transit system.
Does that mean all toy store owners and employees know about the existence of Santa? Or do they just not question people who come in and snag toys without paying for them and then walk to the back like they own the place? Who the f*** doesn't know about Santa at this point?
I said practical. Like what, a minivan?
The fact that Hot Wheels ever even had a minivan as an option. I would assume I was on the naughty list if I ever opened up one of those on Christmas morning.
I'm telling you now, you better listen to me because things are about to get real.
Then maybe explain to Jack why he's getting the Hot Wheels car in the first place and not just give him a stupid direction like,
Grab a car, something practical.
How did
I adjusted it to reality.
movie never shows us how the Monopoly board, Slinky, or Squeaky Hammer would have aided their quest by becoming adjusted to our reality, and I will not forgive them. Also, Cal did his instant car bullshit on a populated street. How did no one see this? Woo, we're finally taking off to some action. No, just more talking.
364 days?
We have Boxing Day off.
Jesus, who knew working for Santa was that labor intensive? Only one day off all year and you're working 7 days a week? Someone needs to strike.
Look around. Anyone else at the beach wearing shoes besides you, me, and him?
Yeah, that guy, shoe feet here, that lady, that person, the buddy, that one.
That was so disturbing.
Don't worry about it, Jack. I had the same reaction when I watched Ant-Man, but then by Ant-Man and the Wasp, it didn't bother me anymore. And then by Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, I realized I would rather dip my balls in expired eggnog than watch another Ant-Man movie. What was I talking about? I'm not sure how to measure the angles that Nick Kroll's lips shape into, but if I could, I would add up all the mouths and make that the sin for this lip-wobbly nightmare. Guess it's gonna be 432 degrees of over the top.
Snowman.
This is the studio now responsible for the James Bond franchise. Red One, Frozen Empire.
He's our only lead. Don't let him get ice.
Well, except the knowledge of any previously known location for Greenland. You have that lead. Movie shows everyone running away, but we all know at least one American would head back and try to video the entire thing. This is a mob scene of lies. Jack will outswim this. Well, outswims more of it than he should be able to.
She iced the broker.
She really wanted to shut him up.
If that's true, then why didn't Greel already take care of the broker before Cal could even get to it? In fact, why didn't she eliminate Jack before Cal and Moore could get to it?
By the time he thaws out, he'll be useless to us.
By the time he thaws out, he should be dead. He should be dead already.
In 2 hours, I brief the presidents and prime ministers and kings and queens of everywhere.
So they fucking know about Santa too?
You don't have a Wonder Woman action figure, do you?
It's not how it works.
Well, with that attitude, it won't.
I don't want to have to tell you what to do, Jack. I want you to figure it out on your own.
Which is precisely why she called to tell him what to do.
Dylan, right?
Movie takes 68 minutes to give us the child's name, but more importantly, at 68 minutes, we are still talking while driving. 68 cents.
If you're trying not to disappoint him. Doesn't sound like it's working.
The MCU.
Then the brothers started making lists. And Red was always uncomfortable with that. He didn't like the idea of a running list of misbehaved children.
Then why did the list still exist? Krampus is no longer working alongside Nick, and Nick didn't like the lists. And if there were no lists, this movie would exist. Bing, bang, boom, solve the problem. Roll credits, please.
You're human. They're for weak. So, if you need to touch anything, get me to do it.
Quick question before the basic human with some fighting skills and hacking skills enters the metaphysical war zone. Why is Jack still here? Is he useful at this point? They know who's behind this, so why is Jack? Again with the leaving portal doors open all willy-nilly. Close them before some poor graveyard critter accidentals its way to Krampusville. Holy shit, an even darker scene than before. I know Amazon can afford some bright-ass CGI. I've seen Rings of Power, but also Rings of Power.
I think if you don't need me here, I might just go back to the car.
And then he doesn't. The useless squishy human decides to hang out and face certain death. Griff turns the fake chicken into a real chicken, and suddenly Jack's earlier question about a Wonder Woman action figure seems far more important.
You have every choice.
Including the choice to sit in a less spreadish way, because I'm staring at the seam lines a bit too long.
I was 1 day away from retirement. And this happens.
Cal might even say, I'm too old for this shit. I mean, Cal seriously might as well say that. They've ripped off just about every other movie ever made so far. Might as well throw Lethal Weapon into the mix.
The festivities were just beginning.
Does that mean this scene will last another 10 minutes before we're back to our original Santa story? Yes, it does.
An ardent embrace. Thank you. Just what I wanted for Christmas.
Really? Because I don't think that tiny attachment could fit on your giant arms. Seems a little impractical.
You're trying to find him, and you thought he would be here. Well, guess what? He's not here.
But yet Krampus knows Nick is missing, which is suspicious as f***. But Cal won't ask about that because Cal is terrible at his job.
Are you accusing me of something? Drift.
You and she were partners once.
Cal is adding context to an interrogation that is unnecessary because he already went over all of this shit when he was talking to Jack in the fucking car.
So I can just walk out of here.
I suggest you run.
But where will Jack run to? Jack barely knows how to use the portals and has no clue where they even are. If Krampus really needs Jack to get a message back to Zoe, he's not thinking this plan through well. It would be nice if just one of these characters wasn't an idiot.
Smack the shit out of that goat.
And that, my movie friends, is what this comes down to.
You just slapped the shit out of me. Yeah, that was so embarrassing.
Why was that embarrassing? The rules of the game are for the contestants to slap the shit out of each other. This was an expected outcome.
I can't believe that worked.
Cal would be the true believer at CinemaSins. Because the right thing to do, moments after being nearly imprisoned by Krampus, is to stop in the middle of the haunted forest to investigate a piano placed perfectly in the center of the road, ominously playing Christmas music. You know, instead of driving over the top of it and getting the fuck out. Also, the Conjuring Witch has made a gift on a piano up here in Germany, even though she's in the North Pole complex. Her powers are confusing as fuck.
Dylan.
Did you send me this stupid present instead of coming to this thing?
Can I just say that Jack's cell service around the globe has been truly impressive, and the movie missed an advertising opportunity to partner with a cell service company.
Where are we?
Who knows? But good news, Jack gets amazing cell service. Pull out that phone and dial for help.
Nick is still there.
Because he's under the dome.
Grilla would need prior knowledge of the North Pole base to know she could move Santa down where the snow globe multiplying machine is. This means she should have already known exactly where the base was located and wouldn't have needed to hire Jack in the first place.
Is this happening because I was ditching?
What?
Is it because I slashed Kevin's tires?
No.
Lying to your kid 5 times in under 3 seconds.
I've made some mistakes, pal. I know that. But I also know that I can do better.
He cannot.
I will never stop trying.
Jack's impassioned speech about changing triggers the ball to break because he's no longer naughty, meaning that after a while in prison, all the other people about to be captured will have their own revelations and break free too. So this got a lot less interesting.
What just happened?
I think it just got a little bit nicer.
But even if that's true, Dylan didn't do anything differently. So why was he freed from his snow globe as well? Also, I guess whoever gets the snow globe can get sucked in, but Cal said earlier that Dylan was a good kid, so there's been no indication he was ever on the naughty list to begin with. If getting off the naughty list gets you out of the globe, then how is Dylan ever contained in one?
I can't believe she got the old quadruplicator back online again.
The quadruplicator, of course, in the underneath city that houses some magical machinery we totally knew about before needing to. Yep. Yeah, this is what Christmas is about, fuckers. Kill them all. While it is an impressive amount of balls, that is not nearly enough for the entirety of the naughty list. That's enough for maybe the Ozarks. Probably just Southwest Missouri. Maybe just Springfield. The real story here is that the enslaved reindeer are finally free. The end.
For a guy like me, there's worse ways to go out than by trying to save Santa Claus.
Yeah, the brand new relationship you have going on with your kid who absolutely doesn't want you to die. For those who wondered why the movie didn't have the witch in her oft-mentioned ogre form, I blame you for this end-boss battle bullshit we're seeing right now. This movie could have ended when the pretty white girl fell off the bridge, but no. Deus ex Krampuskin. It's nice to know that children everywhere will have a somewhat accurate picture of how horned animals gore their enemies after this. Discovery Channel would be proud. Santa, now with more beanies.
Red 1, you are cleared for takeoff.
Making your wife be your own personal air traffic controller. Finally, we know what happens if Santa accidentally steps on a Christmas light when moving around on rooftops. Thank you, Red One. Not sure how we would have made it another year without getting the answer to that burning question. Santa came to Australia after he went to the United States. We know this because a couple minutes ago we saw him giving the kid in Philadelphia the video game he asked for earlier. It would already be the next goddamn day in Sydney. Santa doesn't even time zone correctly.
Did we just save Christmas?
Not sure, but you definitely set back Christmas movies for the next 50 years. Red One accomplished what Hallmark has unsuccessfully been trying to do for the last decade. That's a feat.
Mr. Young, sometimes evil drives a minivan.
What are you looking at?
I'm cold and wet in my shorts down here. Do you think you could get somebody for me?
So what are they saying you did?
They're saying spaceships.
They always know something. Sometimes you just gotta shake it out of them.
No, I'm sick of shaking. You gotta shake everything.
I am a god, you dull creature.
Puny god.
Well, you don't see that every day.
Lena! Oh, no, dear.
Oh, look at you.
Itty bitty living space. Come out to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs.